Welcome back to Brainwaves. In today's video, we'll be diving into the fascinating world of tsunamis. You may have heard about tsunamis in the news or seen movie scenes depicting the immense power of these natural disasters. But, what exactly is a tsunami? Let's find out. A tsunami is a series of powerful ocean waves caused by the displacement of a large volume of water. These waves can travel across entire ocean basins and can cause significant destruction and loss of life when they reach coastal areas. The word tsunami is derived from the Japanese words tsu, meaning harbor, and nami, meaning wave. Imagine dropping a pebble into a calm pond. The impact creates ripples that spread outwards, becoming larger and more noticeable as they move away from the center. Similarly, when a significant disturbance occurs under the ocean, such as an underwater earthquake, volcanic eruption, or even a meteorite impact, it displaces a vast amount of water. This displacement generates powerful waves that radiate outward in all directions, forming a tsunami. Tsunamis can occur in any ocean or large body of water. While the majority of tsunamis are generated in the Pacific Ocean's Ring of Fire, they can also be triggered in the Atlantic, Indian, and even the Arctic Ocean. These massive waves can travel across entire ocean basins, making them a real global threat. Now that we have a basic understanding of what tsunamis are, let's explore the causes, characteristics, and the devastating effects they can have. But before we do that, let's take a moment to appreciate the power and beauty of these natural phenomena with some stunning visuals of tsunamis in action. Welcome to the Introduction to Tsunamis segment of our video on what is a tsunami. In this section, we will explore the definition of tsunamis and gain a clear understanding of what they are. A tsunami, also known as a seismic sea wave, is a series of powerful ocean waves caused by the displacement of a large volume of water. These waves can be triggered by various natural phenomena such as underwater earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, and even meteorite impacts. The immense energy released during these events generates a force that travels across the ocean, creating a tsunami. Unlike regular ocean waves that are caused by wind or tides, tsunamis are usually the result of vertical movements in the seabed, known as vertical displacement. When there is a sudden shift in the Earth's crust beneath the ocean, it disturbs the water above, creating a wave that travels outward in all directions. Tsunamis can travel at incredibly high speeds, reaching hundreds of miles per hour in some cases. Their wavelength can be hundreds of kilometers, which means they can span entire ocean basins. However, while they may be unnoticeable in deep water, their height increases dramatically as the sea becomes shallower, leading to the devastating impact when they reach the coastline. To visualize the power and scale of tsunamis, let's take a moment to appreciate some images of their awe-inspiring force in action. Welcome to the Causes of Tsunamis section of our video on what is a tsunami. In this segment, we will explore the various natural phenomena that can trigger the formation of tsunamis. The primary cause of tsunamis is underwater earthquakes. When the tectonic plates beneath the ocean floor shift suddenly, it causes a significant disruption in the water above, creating a tsunami. The energy released during the earthquake generates immense waves that propagate outward from the epicenter. Volcanic eruptions can also trigger tsunamis. When an underwater volcano erupts, the forceful expulsion of lava, ash, and gases can displace a massive amount of water, resulting in the formation of a tsunami. These volcanic tsunamis are often localized and occur in close proximity to the eruption site. In rare cases, tsunamis can even be caused by meteorite impacts. If a large meteorite collides with the ocean, it can transfer a significant amount of energy to the surrounding water, creating powerful waves that propagate outward. However, meteorite-triggered tsunamis are extremely rare and have very localized effects. Understanding the causes of tsunamis is crucial as it helps us predict and anticipate these natural disasters. Now let's take a moment to appreciate some related images to better comprehend the forces of nature involved in generating tsunamis. Welcome to the Characteristics of Tsunamis section of our video on what is a tsunami. In this segment, we will delve into the unique features and behaviors of tsunamis. One of the defining characteristics of tsunamis is their tremendous speed. While regular ocean waves may travel at average speeds of 10 to 20 miles per hour, tsunamis can reach astonishing speeds of hundreds of miles per hour, making them remarkably swift compared to their tidal counterparts. Tsunamis also exhibit a unique property known as wavelength. Unlike ordinary waves that have short wavelengths, tsunamis can have wavelengths that stretch several hundred kilometers. This means that their crest-to-crest distance can span vast distances across the ocean, allowing them to travel across entire ocean basins before reaching the coastline. As tsunamis approach shallow coastal water, their behavior undergoes a significant transformation. The increase in water depth causes the tsunami waves to slow down, while their amplitude, or wave height, starts to build up. This amplification can lead to enormous waves that tower over the surrounding coastlines when they eventually strike, causing widespread damage and devastation. To better visualize the unique characteristics of tsunamis, let's take a moment to appreciate some stunning images showcasing their distinct features. Welcome to the Underwater Earthquakes section of our video on causes of tsunamis. In this segment, we will explore how underwater earthquakes can trigger the formation of tsunamis. Underwater earthquakes occur when there is a sudden release of energy caused by the movement and interaction of tectonic plates beneath the ocean floor. These seismic activities can lead to the displacement of a large volume of water, resulting in the formation of tsunamis. When two tectonic plates are locked together due to friction, stress builds up over time. Eventually, this stress reaches a critical point, causing the plates to slip and release the accumulated energy. As the energy is released, it propagates through the Earth's crust, generating seismic waves and shaking the surrounding water as well. The vertical displacement of the seafloor during an underwater earthquake is what sets the stage for a tsunami. The upward or downward movement of a vast amount of water above the displaced seabed generates a series of powerful waves that radiate outward from the earthquake's epicenter. The magnitude of the earthquake has a direct impact on the strength and potential destructiveness of the resulting tsunami. Larger earthquakes that displace a greater volume of water can produce more powerful and devastating tsunamis. To better understand the connection between underwater earthquakes and tsunamis, let's take a moment to appreciate some relevant images depicting these seismic events. Welcome to the Volcanic Eruptions section of our video on causes of tsunamis. In this segment, we will explore how volcanic eruptions can trigger the formation of tsunamis. Volcanic eruptions involve the violent release of magma, volcanic gases, and other materials from a volcano. When an underwater volcano erupts, the interaction of lava and water can produce a significant disturbance on the ocean's surface, resulting in the generation of tsunamis. When an eruption occurs underwater, the intense heat from the lava causes the surrounding water to rapidly expand, creating a high-pressure steam explosion. This explosion propels large volumes of volcanic materials, such as ash, rock fragments, and gas, into the air and the ocean. The forceful expulsion of these materials displaces a massive amount of water and initiates the formation of a tsunami. Volcanic tsunamis are often localized and tend to affect areas close to the volcanic source. The characteristics and magnitude of the tsunami depend on various factors, including the size of the eruption, the depth of the water, and the distance from the shore. To better understand the connection between volcanic eruptions and tsunamis, let's take a moment to appreciate some relevant images showcasing the power and impact of these volcanic events. Welcome to the Meteorite Impacts section of our video on causes of tsunamis. In this segment, we will explore how meteorite impacts can trigger the formation of tsunamis. Meteorites are celestial objects that enter the Earth's atmosphere and collide with the planet's surface. When a large meteorite collides with the ocean, it can transfer an enormous amount of energy to the water, resulting in the generation of tsunamis. The impact of a meteorite causes a drastic displacement of water. The immense amount of energy released upon impact creates powerful shock waves that propagate through the water, generating a series of tsunami waves. Meteorite-triggered tsunamis are relatively rare compared to those caused by underwater earthquakes or volcanic eruptions. They are usually localized events, with the extent and severity of the tsunami depending on various factors such as the size and velocity of the meteorite and the depth of the water. While meteorite impacts triggering tsunamis are infrequent and localized, they exemplify the diverse causes that can give rise to these powerful natural phenomena. To better understand the connection between meteorite impacts and tsunamis, let's take a moment to appreciate some relevant images showcasing the magnitude of these impact events. Welcome to the Speed of Tsunamis section of our video on characteristics of tsunamis. In this segment, we will explore the remarkable speed at which tsunamis can travel. Tsunamis are known for their astonishing speed, which sets them apart from regular ocean waves. While typical ocean waves may travel at speeds of around 10 to 20 miles per hour, tsunamis can reach incredible speeds of several hundred miles per hour. The high speed of tsunamis can be attributed to their long wavelengths and the immense energy they possess. As these waves propagate across the ocean, they effectively transfer this energy and momentum, allowing them to travel at such remarkable speeds. It is important to note that the speed of tsunamis is influenced by several factors, including the depth of the ocean. In deeper water, tsunamis tend to travel faster due to the reduced friction encountered. However, as they approach shallow coastal regions, their speed decreases, and their energy gets concentrated, leading to an amplification of the wave height. To better comprehend the rapid speed of tsunamis, let's take a moment to appreciate some related images that portray the force and velocity of these powerful ocean waves. Welcome to the Wavelength of Tsunamis section of our video on characteristics of tsunamis. In this segment, we will explore the unique wavelength of tsunamis. The wavelength of a wave refers to the distance between two consecutive crests or troughs. Unlike regular ocean waves that have relatively short wavelengths of a few meters to tens of meters, tsunamis have significantly longer wavelengths that can stretch for hundreds of kilometers. The long wavelengths of tsunamis are a result of their ability to travel across entire ocean basins. These waves can propagate for thousands of kilometers without losing much energy or amplitude. The immense length of tsunami wavelengths allows them to traverse vast distances in the ocean, making them capable of affecting multiple coastlines and countries. However, it's important to note that while the wavelength of a tsunami may be extensive, its actual height, or wave amplitude, can vary significantly depending on the specific circumstances of the tsunami. To better grasp the concept of the elongated wavelength of tsunamis, let's take a moment to appreciate some related images that showcase their impressive scale and size. Welcome to the Amplification of Tsunamis Near Shoreline section of our video on characteristics of tsunamis. In this segment, we will explore how tsunamis undergo amplification as they approach the shoreline. As tsunamis travel from deeper ocean waters towards the shallower coastal regions, their behavior changes significantly. In deeper water, tsunamis typically have lower wave amplitudes, meaning they are not as tall or noticeable. However, as tsunamis enter shallower water near the shoreline, they encounter a decrease in water depth. This reduction in depth causes the waves to slow down, while their energy remains constant. Due to the slower propagation speed, the tsunami wave begins to pile up, resulting in an increase in wave height. This amplification effect can lead to towering waves along the coastlines, with wave heights that can far exceed regular wave heights. The amplified tsunamis can cause devastating damage when they eventually strike the shoreline. Buildings, infrastructure, and coastal communities are particularly vulnerable to the immense force and hydraulic power exerted by these amplified waves. To better understand the significant amplification of tsunamis near the shoreline, let's take a moment to appreciate some related images that highlight the destructive power of these amplified waves. Welcome to the Coastal Flooding section of our video on effects of tsunamis. In this segment, we will explore the devastating impact of tsunamis in terms of coastal flooding. Tsunamis can cause extensive coastal flooding, submerging low-lying areas and inundating coastal communities. As these giant waves approach the shoreline, they gain height and build up tremendous energy, making them capable of reaching far inland. When the tsunami waves finally reach the coastline, they crash onto the land with immense force. The volume of water carried by the tsunami can flood coastal plains, causing widespread destruction to buildings, infrastructure, and natural habitats. Coastal flooding due to tsunamis can result in the rapid and unpredictable rise of sea levels. The massive amount of water pushed ashore can engulf coastal cities, towns, and villages, leading to the displacement of communities and causing significant economic damage. To gain a visual understanding of the catastrophic coastal flooding caused by tsunamis, let's take a moment to appreciate some relevant images depicting the power and devastation of these flooding events. Welcome to the Destruction of Infrastructure section of our video on effects of tsunamis. In this segment, we will explore the severe impact tsunamis have on infrastructure. Tsunamis can cause extensive destruction to various types of infrastructure, including buildings, roads, bridges, ports, and utilities. The sheer force of the tsunami waves can result in the collapse and damage of structures, rendering them unsafe and unusable. The powerful impact of tsunamis can cause structural failures, leading to the destruction of buildings and coastal infrastructure. The immense hydrodynamic pressure exerted by the tsunami waves can weaken foundations, erode support structures, and wash away entire sections of buildings and bridges. Furthermore, the tsunami's ability to carry and drag debris, such as trees, cars, and boats, adds to the destructive potential. The debris gets propelled by the force of the waves, further damaging infrastructure and hindering recovery efforts. The destruction of critical infrastructure has far-reaching consequences, disrupting essential services and affecting the livelihoods of communities. Rebuilding and repairing the damaged infrastructure after a tsunami can be a long and challenging process. To better grasp the extent of the devastation caused by tsunamis on infrastructure, let's take a moment to appreciate some relevant images that depict the scale and impact of these destructive forces. Welcome to the Loss of Lives and Environmental Impact section of our video on effects of tsunamis. In this segment, we will explore the tragic loss of lives and the environmental impact caused by tsunamis. Tsunamis can have devastating consequences on human lives, leading to significant loss of life. The powerful waves can engulf coastal areas, trapping people in rapidly rising water and causing drowning, injuries, and displacement. The sheer force and speed of tsunamis make them challenging to escape, especially for those in low-lying areas or near the shoreline. Additionally, the destruction of vital infrastructure, including hospitals, schools, and emergency services, can hinder rescue and relief efforts, further increasing the risk to human life. Tsunamis also have a profound impact on the environment. The forceful inundation of coastal areas can result in the destruction of coastal habitats, including wetlands, mangroves, and coral reefs. The debris carried by the tsunami waves can smother or damage delicate ecosystems, affecting marine life and biodiversity. Furthermore, the intrusion of salt water into coastal freshwater systems can contaminate drinking water sources, impacting both human populations and the surrounding environment. To understand the devastating loss of lives and the environmental impact caused by tsunamis, let's take a moment to appreciate some relevant images that portray the human and ecological consequences of these catastrophic events. Welcome to the Understanding Tsunami Warning Systems section of our video on safety and preparedness for tsunamis. In this segment, we will explore the importance of tsunami warning systems and how they help in safeguarding vulnerable coastal communities. Tsunami warning systems are designed to detect and provide timely alerts about potential tsunamis. These systems consist of various components, including seismic sensors, sea level monitoring stations, and communication networks. Seismic sensors play a crucial role in detecting underwater earthquakes, which are the most common cause of tsunamis. When an earthquake occurs, the sensors rapidly analyze the seismic data to determine its magnitude and location. In parallel, sea level monitoring stations measure the changes in sea level, especially sudden changes that indicate the presence of a tsunami. These stations transmit real-time data to tsunami warning centers, where scientists and experts analyze the information to assess the threat level. Once a potentially dangerous tsunami is detected, warning centers issue alerts and notifications to emergency management agencies, local authorities, and the public. The alerts are disseminated through various channels, including radio, television, sirens, mobile phone alerts, and even coastal warning signs. To ensure the effectiveness of tsunami warning systems, it is crucial for individuals and communities to understand and respond promptly to the alerts. This includes following evacuation protocols and seeking higher ground or designated safe zones. To better understand the functioning of tsunami warning systems, let's take a moment to appreciate some related images that showcase the technology and monitoring stations involved in these life-saving systems. Welcome to the Evacuation Planning and Routes section of our video on safety and preparedness for tsunamis. In this segment, we will discuss the importance of evacuation planning and understanding evacuation routes in order to effectively respond to a tsunami threat. A well-prepared and practiced evacuation plan is crucial for coastal communities at risk of tsunamis. It is essential to have designated evacuation routes that lead to safe areas located at higher ground or away from the coast. Local authorities and emergency management agencies play a vital role in developing and communicating evacuation plans. They work to identify safe zones, such as high ground, elevated structures, or tsunami shelters, where people can seek refuge during a tsunami event. Public awareness of evacuation routes is critical to ensure a timely and organized response. Residents and visitors should familiarize themselves with the designated routes and have a clear understanding of how to access them quickly. This includes knowing alternative routes in case some are blocked or inaccessible. In addition to the primary evacuation routes, it is important to establish secondary and tertiary routes to accommodate a larger number of people and ensure everyone's safety. Regular drills and practicing evacuation procedures are essential to ensure a swift and effective response during an actual tsunami event. These drills help familiarize individuals with the evacuation process, the locations of assembly points, and the necessary actions to take to protect themselves and their loved ones. To have a better visual representation of evacuation planning and routes, let's take a moment to appreciate some relevant images that depict evacuation signs, safe zones, and designated routes. Welcome to the Tsunami Preparedness Kits section of our video on safety and preparedness for tsunamis. In this segment, we will discuss the importance of tsunami preparedness kits and what essential items should be included in them. And that's a wrap on our exploration of tsunamis. We hope you've gained a deeper understanding of these powerful natural phenomena and the incredible impact they can have on coastal regions around the world. We've learned that tsunamis are generated by the displacement of a large volume of water, usually caused by underwater earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, or meteorite impacts. These immense waves can travel across entire ocean basins, and when they reach the shore, they can unleash devastating destruction and pose a significant threat to communities and ecosystems. We've also discussed the characteristics of tsunamis, including their immense speed and the fact that their peak height can increase dramatically as they approach shallow water. We've seen how tsunamis differ from regular ocean waves and how their sheer power can result in extensive damage to infrastructure and loss of life. Additionally, we explored the various effects of tsunamis, from the initial inundation of coastlines to the powerful currents and debris they carry, capable of sweeping away anything in their path. We've highlighted the importance of preparedness and early warning systems in mitigating the impacts of tsunamis, as well as the significance of community education and evacuation plans. Remember, tsunamis are not to be taken lightly. They are natural forces that demand our utmost respect and caution. By understanding their causes, characteristics, and effects, we can work towards creating safer coastal communities and better disaster response systems. Thank you for joining us on this journey to explore tsunamis. Stay tuned for more exciting and informative videos on brainwaves. Until next time, stay curious and keep expanding your knowledge.